Hello everyone and welcome once again to my God of War 3 Remastered Edition No Upgrade playthrough. This is part 2 and we are just continuing on from the last video. Some things that I'm going to mention. The boss battles, the special boss battles and some parts of the game that are really hard are going to be in a separate video. For example, we are going to be seeing the Hades boss fight in part 4, I think. It could be part 5, and it's going to be an entire separate video alone, so I can explain better the boss mechanics, and for better watching if you want to just see the bosses and not see the entire walkthrough, playthrough, more like it. You just check out the boss. So I was talking about remakes in the last video, and I was talking about how lazy this remake looks like. I was not asking at all about new mechanics or new stuff integrated in the game, because that will make it different. And we all know what happened in the Star Wars movies when they started adding stuff. They kind of ruined it. So that's not what I was asking. What I was asking just was some changes, some slight changes to some new things, like a new difficulty that will not really change the game. Maybe having things unlocked and some things change, like the thing with the relics, that you, once you got them, you should be able to use them in any difficulty. Some of those slight changes would have been welcome, but I kind of got reminiscent about other changes in latest God of War games, like the HD collection when it came out for the PS3. And Santa Monica did the same thing. I mean, what in the end, what was I expecting, or what we were expecting, if we were expecting something else that the same product with different graphics and maybe better frames per second, we were just wrong ourselves. I don't want to say that it is bad to expect new things from these companies that do the remasters. At the contrary, I mean, that's what we should expect, right? But I'm saying that it's just the way that Santa Monica treated the other games. I'm not excusing them for it. I'm just seeing the reality of it. So, but in a way, excuses them, as I said before. And I was thinking about the realm of remakes. And what I liked the most, I will have to say the remake of Last of Us was, and it was better graphics and better frames, and that was really noticeable. But what's really, it's just a nice touch that they added a new difficulty. It was just a great touch. I mean, it made us want to play the game, not only for the story and for the gameplay, which is fun, but for a new challenge. I mean, oh, I love that. I love throwing those guys like into nowhere, into the scenarios. So yeah, we're going through the game. We're gonna have some really tough battles. Not at all like we are going to have late in the game, but everything is tough in an upgrade run. It's especially, I think that the really tough battle is going to come at part 3. I don't remember what battles do we have here, but at part 3 I remember fighting 2 Cerberus dogs that spit fire at you. So that's really difficult. You have to be careful with these ladies. Because they, as you can see, I parry one of their attacks, but when you are juggling like that I juggled her in the air, you don't have invisible frames. So you have to really be careful because they will kill you pretty fast if you let him shoot you with their electrical stuff. So I was saying, and I found out that Naughty Dog was going to release Uncharted Collection, which is great news. But the more important news about this is that they're probably going to do again like the Last of Us. They're going to include a new difficulty that is more difficult than crushing in Uncharted series. And I have to say, that's incredible news. I have to wonder at the same time, because crushing difficulty is really hard in some sections. I mean, I'm not gonna say that the entire game is hard in crushing difficulty, because it's really not. But some sections in crushing difficulty, like I remember, for example, in Uncharted 2, the train scene, really difficult. Really long set pieces that you have to move very carefully. The end boss is not easy at all. In Uncharted 3 there are a lot of set pieces that are really difficult, especially one in an abandoned hotel where you have to fight a lot of people in it and you don't have too much room to maneuver. I remember that was really very difficult in crushing. And I remember one of the last scenes in the desert when you have to fight a lot of bad guys in a sandstorm and between cars, and then the chasing. I mean, so many parts that were really tough. And I'm forgetting a lot of them, of course, but I have to wonder if they're going to make a difficulty more challenging than crushing difficulty. How are those parts are going to play out? I mean, they already, like, if you get shot like twice or once with a shotgun or a sniper rifle, you're automatically dead. So how much difficult can they make the game? Like, you get shot once and then you're dead, something like that. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting, though. I'm not dissing it by talking about it like this. I'm very happy that they included a new difficulty, or they're going to. I wish they do more changes, but at least we are sure that they're probably going to include that difficulty. I don't think they're going to suddenly not do it after announcing it. So that's really something. That's really good. There's a good part here with some of the stone giants. I love this kind of enemies. Now that I think about it, I don't think I hate any kind of enemy here. Even the more tougher ones. Even the fucking dogs that are usually a nuisance, but going to be an edit here because I died a couple of times, and the checkpoint is right here. So this is a really fun fight. I found a way to kind of get them stuck on the pillar when you in the middle of the room that you can use there to see the scenario. There, see? So I'm going to use it a little. I'm not going to overuse it. I'm just going to see. He's going to get unstuck, I think. There, you see? It just works a little. I've taken instances in which this has worked almost through the entire fight, but then I died. And since I like these enemies, I just didn't want to do it a lot. So, but there is a way to get them stuck there. And if you don't move from the wall, if you push towards the wall all the time, they are not gonna get unstuck. At least the first that gets unstuck there is not gonna get unstuck. I think I'm going to do it again at the end of this fight. So you see, guys, there is no way that I cannot cheese some scenario if I can. It's just the way I fight. I'm not trying to say that I fight cheap. I just try to find ways where you can do something and in an unusual way. I'm sure this is now a discovery of mine, but the game has been out for a long time. But it's interesting. So when you kill those two guys, just get rid of these soldiers as quick as you can, so you can fight the last giant alone. And let's see if I get him stuck as well. I only got them to be stuck in the other part. Yeah, I'm going to try it now, I think. You just have to move like this. See? And he gets stuck there. He really gets stuck. And if you push towards the wall, they are not gonna get unstuck. See, I'm just doing the most powerful attack in the Blaze of Exile. I think there are 4 squares and two triangles. Is he going to get stuck? No, he's not going to get stuck. So I hope you don't think it's too cheap, this part, because I got them stuck there. But it's not really a glitch. It's just something curious that I find out while dying, and I wanted to showcase it, at least a little. It doesn't make the fight really easier. It doesn't make it suddenly a solid strategy. It's just something curious. So we're moving on, and this is the part with Hephaestus, which is going to be cut. Oh, this is another thing. See, the cutscenes. Why wouldn't they include a way to skip the cutscenes? I mean, once you saw them, at least once you play through the game, why would you want to see them all over again? Why would you want to? Why would they not include some way to skip the cutscenes? I mean, all games does this. Even The Witcher, which has tons and tons of cutscenes, they are all skippable, and you can even pause in the middle of them. And you can pause here, the cutscenes too. But it's just something that they should have included. I mean, I don't think they lack the technical difficulty to include that. I don't think it's the engine's fault that they can't include it at all. I don't know. It's just. I guess it's how Santa Monica does his remakes. We have 4 stone soldiers here, and this is a really curious scene. With the first time that I rotated this, we are the fans that have played God of War games in the past. We have get to this kind of move the plank scenes, and enemies will spawn while you're moving the plank a lot of times. We have seen it a lot of times, and here they kind of play with it. They kind of make you think that they're gonna spawn, and look at it. No one spawned. So that's really funny. That's Santa Monica being aware of what they usually do and changing it. So that's actually really good. There are a lot of moments like this when they play with former mechanics, and that's really interesting. So here we are given the Blaze of Olympus, which is the meter at the down right of the screen, that flaming meter. We are going to use the Blade of Olympus in some bosses and some difficult parts for sure. I mean, there is no limitation for using them, so but I'm not gonna use them as much as you're probably going to see in the next video, because we're almost done here. There are the two dogs, the two Cerberus dogs, and I'm not gonna even use the Blades of Olympus with these dogs because I was saving the Blade of Olympus for Hades, and I don't really want to spoil that fight because I already did it. But the only thing that I'm going to say is that I ended up not using the Blades of Olympus, and when I finished the fight, I thought about it. I thought, wait, what? Why didn't I use the Blades? It's just something that happened. So I'm currently past Hades, so at least for now things are going strong. So we'll see each other in chapter 3, guys. Take care.